It's a new year. We got to be hydrated. We got to be ready for all these competitions that are not yet announced yet. I mean, the biggest one we got coming up is the Team YCS's, one in I think Costa Rica and then also in Las Vegas. Catch me at the Las Vegas one, guys. Anyways, Happy New Year, and I wanted to bring, since now Drytron has a chance to not be the best ritual deck out there, since we got the Voicless or whatever, and that's what we're showcasing today, is Dogmatika Voiceless with a small fairy package. You're going to see some ratios that are kind of wonky, but this is what I've been rolling with. Finding a lot of good consistency and like play testing with my proxies, and also getting in on DB and on Omega, just getting it in there. So let's go ahead and hop into the list real quick. We're on a 2-card, 2 monsters. We're not playing Ecclesia. There's no reason to, unless you really want to play Punishment. And that's something we can play on the side with an Ecclesia plus 1 Punishment. Kind of help things speed along or just be a little bit more aggressive. So we're playing 1 Maximus, which is bonkers. Let's just set up the Shadal soft lock. All it's good for. And then we're playing the Florlees. Pretty much as a monster negate. Love it. We are on the 1 Sarvis, the Sagely Voiceless the Sagely Voiceless Voice Dragon. The Voice Dragon who can't talk. We're on one of those. It's nuts. For those who don't know what the Voiceless cards do, special on this card from hand by shuffling 2 spells from your hand or graveyard, including at least 1 ritual spell. So it lets us get some good recursion and shuffle back for that grind game, which a lot of ritual cards and decks definitely lack when it comes to like having a game state where they have to constantly keep playing around. Like Drytron does a really good time, but it's not that the ritual monsters grind from, it's a Drytron monsters. Now here, rituals have the chance to grind with the Voiceless engine. When your opponent activates a card or quick effect, return this card to hand. Specify 1 Light Warrior or Dragon ritual monster from hand or deck, but shuffle it into the deck during the end phase. So this will let you tag into your Sarvis. Now, Saphira, the main engine, pitch this card, send a ritual spell to grave, and then you can add Skull Protector. So, bonkers. Anyways, playing 3 of those because we want to have our engine go as much as possible. 3 Diviners, best normal summon on the deck. We are only on 2 Novox because Novox is searchable, especially through Tributing Diviner or through any of our other means. Playing 2 Sarvis and then 2 of the retrain of Skull Guardian, card to spell, trap, negate, 4100 attack, insane, and just good. We're playing 1 Benton, 1 Perfection. I know it's kind of strange, but we have so much access to hitting that Arclight that it doesn't really ever feel bad playing the 1 Benton, and it's just kind of like an accent piece to the deck. At most, you're gonna typically have like 1 or 2 fairies in hand at most, and that's when you're really gonna be like, okay, there's 2 interruptions with Diviner, with Herald, and then Shadal, whatever. There's just more than one way to screw this chicken, and this deck is essentially the ritual toolbox that ritual decks are supposed to be. We're playing 6 non-engine hand traps, so in total of non-engine, I think we're at like 9 or 10, but playing 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Like, the hand traps ratios are subject to my locals and what I play in my local environment. So feel free to change it around and do what you want. And then we're playing the 3 Nadirs. I think that's self-explanatory. 3 Prep Rites because we can grab any of our 5 ritual monsters and their 3 ritual spells. 1 Call by the Grave because it's a sack you want of. You could actually cut Called by and play more than 1 Super Poly. Super Poly is also another flex piece for hand traps. Really deciding to play that as another option if I end up going second. Ignore the sideboard. I just really am just testing this out as much as possible. But Super Poly is insane in this format, especially with Fire Kings and Rescue Ace probably being the 2 best decks going forward after this ban list. And then we are playing 2 of the Barrier. It's essentially our Searcher, and it lets us shuffle back and kind of do some shenanigans. Super good stuff. 1 Dawn of the Herald. 2 Voiceless Prayers because we are playing the Prep Rites, and it's what we want. And then a Voiceless Voice. This is our main interruption piece of the deck. It's a pop up to 2, so that's kind of nice. Extra deck is kind of self-explanatory, especially playing the Dogmatika package. So we're on the one Shadal, one Akalone. We're on 2 Gruas. You can play Titanic Lad. I just always end up banishing it. And because we're only ever searching Maximus. And if we really have to search this, we have other means to do so. Now, we're on the Intis, Mud Dragon for the Super Poly target, along with the second Grua. 2 Arclights, you can play 1. You really only need to see 1. 2 is good. Typhon is Typhon, and then another target for the Deer package is Irrigator. And then a small link setup. Dynamon is pretty much the only thing you're ever going to make. IP and SP really do come in hand sometimes, but not often. And Chaos Soldier of Chaos is probably the best Link 3 for this deck. You're not ever going to be really climbing, especially when you have a 4200 beater that just comes out of nowhere. But let's go ahead and jump into some draw drills real quick. Some test hands. And yep, let's see what we got. We got a little shenanigan, so we're gonna go ahead and shuffle, grab ourselves. Probably we're gonna grab Saphira, Saphira's effect. Gonna send this. And yes, we're gonna add the Skull Knight guy. Now we are going to activate the Saphira's effect. We're gonna special summon, tributing. Let's go ahead and tribute the Sarvis. And here we're gonna grab our level 1. Level 1's going ahead, gonna grab this, set it. We can shuffle our things in from the grave. Go ahead and grab, and we can special summon this bad boy. Boom. That right there kind of creates our 1 spell trap negate, and this is gonna tag out to our Sarvis. Now, we are missing on this Dogmatika package a little bit just because we can't really access it without the Nadir. So that's essentially a brick. Boom, next hand. So this deck just really feels extremely versatile, especially with the toolbox. Unless you just open up like Maximus all the time. But at this point, you know, Diviner is going to be the strongest pitch. We're going to send Arclight. Arclight effect is... We already have access to our skull with here. So we'll go ahead and grab our Benton. Because now we're not really too worried about our extra deck. So we're going to go ahead and send... We're going to activate here. So at this point, we have to make the decision if we're going to do a window lock, if we know what our opponent is on, or if we're going to go ahead and go for perfection. Because right now, we're not really showing a whole lot of what we're playing. But I think going Grua and Akalone will give us pretty much the best chance of winning, because not a lot of decks right now can deal with the window protection. And we'll just pitch this bad boy down to grave, and we top the Nadir, which is really insane. So we're just gonna go ahead and we'll send that. Boom. Grab ourselves our Skull Boy. We can activate this here. If I guess we're bamboozling ourselves. We'll just grab this. Why not? We're locked out of the extra deck, so it's okay. We're going to go ahead and tribute. Probably just tribute the Fleur-de-Lis. And we'll go ahead and bamboozle ourselves. We're going to go ahead with one more draw. I bamboozled it. Ignore this one. All right. We'll cut that one out. All right. This is nuts. Opening. Pretty much going to grab whatever we want. We kind of want to see... from here, we want to just see this. Let me just activate. We're going to... we'll send this to grave. Then we'll grab ourselves our Skull Knight. Activate Saphira's effect. The biggest problem is that this deck does and will have a hard time into like the B seals, just because of how graveyard reliant it does seem to be. You can play around it. Now, I do have a variant that's kind of nice. It plays the Necross stuff, which is pretty nuts, and it doesn't really play into the Dogmatika package too much. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle in our Saphira from hand to grab this. And That way we have some follow-up, and we're going to go ahead and special summon setting. Now, this doesn't seem like a super solid board. There is not a lot of interaction on your opponent. Like, this is just very simple. But spell trap negate, tag out to Sarvis. Now, we could even go so far as if we didn't have access to the trap, we could go into the Dynamon to basically make sure Novox gets put on play to have everything. Now, wrap it up with our final. Okay, this is a good one. This kind of shows us exactly how bonkers the fairy package really is. Just it's insane. Like, we're gonna normal summon here, activate, boom. Gonna send Arclight. Arclight's effect is gonna activate, giving us either probably gonna go for our Benton. To be honest, that just seems like the best one to do. Now we go boom, boom. Gonna do chain 1, Benton, chain 2, Dawn of the Herald, the Banish, and add that back to hand. Already looking strong with the fairies. We're gonna grab another Diviner for that follow-up. So we have 2 fairy negates. That's nuts. Gonna add that level 7 or level 7 light dragon or warrior to hand with the effect of Saphira. We're gonna activate Saphira banishing herself to ritual summon tributing just a Novox for the Skull Guardian. Skull Guardian 1, Novox 2. Gonna special summon Novox. Novox is going to, well, Skull Guardian is gonna search and grab the Sarvis. Novox is gonna grab ourself. Now here we don't really need everything, you know, it's whatever, but we can go ahead and grab that. Now we can special summon here into our Dynamond. Don't need to do that. Boom, we got a special. Shuffle these bad boys back in. And on activation, we'll just get ready. We can either grab the trap now, which is totally fine too, but we can grab another fairy from deck. So now we have 3 fairies in hand. And we could tag out. This just could be an SP Little Knight, or we can go into an IP. How this really can end, you can essentially end here if you really aren't concerned with them special summoning or having that solemn warning. You could go into an IP to an SP, which is, we already know SP is insane. And to kind of show off what Dynamon really does is in the draw phase, we're just going to go boom, target the skull. Yes, we're going to special summon it. Effect Novox since the ritual special summon. Boom, effect on summon. We're going to, there we go. Now we're looking at our IPSP target, so we can just go, hey, what's up? Sick, you're playing Vanadium. I'm going to chain right, hey. I'm going to go into our SP Little Knight. What's up, dude? On some, I'm going to banish that. Yeah, I'm just going to pop that because I control 1. You know, just, oh, you want to activate things? Just like, what's up, dude? I'm popping everything. And then look at the amount of game you have on board right now. Like, this is insane. You can just activate, grab, and just go full combo all over again, and everything keeps you under 2 summons, and you still have 3 fairies in hand. And most decks right now aren't playing through a spell trap negate, a pop of 2 cards, 1 to 2 cards, an SP Little Knight, 1 to 2 fairy interruptions, and we had the Ash in hand. Card is insane. Deck's insane. Now, granted, this is just some light testing. We don't get this until February, so bear with me. The list is going to continuously evolve and change. Like, we got the Necros variant. This is the Fairy variant. And shoot, even other Yu-Gi tubers like Yassine started testing using a Runic package. Because all their stuff are light monsters. And a level 9 is nuts. Like, Runic Necros is something that is kind of solid. But hey guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I hope you have a great New Year's. Hope you all had a safe weekend. Hope you have a good week. We gotta get back to work now, I guess. Or school, whatever you guys gotta do. But check out the rest of the channel. It means so much to me. We are almost to our 2nd channel goal. But remember, we're not bad at the game, guys. We just gotta shuffle better.